Okay, great. Okay, so we are starting with Charitamrita Adi Lila, chapter 5, text 76. Okay. Everybody there? Text 76?
Yes, Prabhuji, I am here.
Okay. All right. Garbodh Chirat Shai Dohet Purush Naam Sahi Dui Char Anshe Vishnu Vishwadham. Translation. Garbhodh Vishnu and Chirat Vishnu are both called Purushas. They are plenary portions of Karnashai Vishnu, the first Purusha, who is the abode of all the universes. So by now we should know that there are three Purusha avatars: Mahavishnu or Kardaksha Vishnu, Garbhodh Vishnu, and Chirat Vishnu. Okay, let's do the purport. Who wants to read the purport?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Please go ahead.
Okay, purport. The symptoms of the Purusha are described in the Lagu Bhagavatam. While describing the incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead, the author has quoted from the Vishnu Puran 6:859, where it is said, "Let me offer my respectful obeisances into the Purushottama, Lord Krishna, who is always free from the contamination of the six material dualities, whose plenary expansion, Mahavishnu, balances over matter to create the cosmic manifestation, who expand himself in various transcendental forms, all of which are one and the same, who is the master of all living entities, who is always free and liberated from the contamination of material energy, and who, when he appears in this material world, seems one of us, although he has an eternally spiritual, blissful, transcendental form." In summarizing this statement, Rupa Goswami has concluded that the preliminary expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who act in cooperation with the material energy, is called the Purushas. Jai Shri Krishna.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. So basically the point being made here is that all the plenary portions, does everybody know what the word plenary means, by the way?
Yes, Prabhuji.
What does it mean?
Same quality.
Same qualities and?
Quantity also the same.
And?
And I don't know.
Okay, okay, somebody else. What does the word plenary mean?
Complete.
Okay, but something
different. The very first, Prabhuji, very basic.
No. Plenary means equal potency, equal powers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So all these Purushas have the same potencies as Krishna. So remember, there is, in Hindi it's called Swanj and Vibhinnanj. So separated expansions and integrated expansions. All the Vishnu Tattvas are integrated expansions, which means they have same potencies. We are separated expansions, and we have only a portion, small, minute portion of the potencies. Okay, so that's the main difference. The other is six material dualities. Anybody knows what six material dualities are? So
we are prone to take mistakes.
Sorry, Usha?
We are prone to make mistakes. Those are the...
No. I'm not talking about the defects. I'm not talking about defects. I'm talking about dualities. Sorry. Six material dualities. So in Krishna, the name of Krishna is same as Krishna. Pastimes of Krishna are same as Krishna. Qualities of Krishna are same as Krishna. But with us, that's not the case. We're different. That's so in material world, you have dualities. In the spiritual world, you don't have those dualities. So all the Purusha avatars like Krishna do not have his material dualities. They're plenary expansions. So everybody clear on that? Okay, so then he says Mahavishnu glances over the matter to create the cosmic manifestation. We all know that. Okay, and He's always free, no material contamination at all. Okay. When he appears in the material world, it looks like same as us, but he never gives up his eternal, blissful, transcendental form. As he says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text 6, what he say? Ajo apisan avyayatma bhutanam vichuropisan prakritim swamadhishthaya sambhavami atmaya. Appears on my own sweet will, but in my own nature. So his transcendental nature does not change. Even when he's a little baby, he's strong enough to kill Putana. And when he's adult, that doesn't have a problem becoming the chariot driver of Arjun. But when the need arrives, he takes the position of Supreme Personality of Godhead, becomes the Guru, and teaches Gita. Okay? So Krishna never stops being transcendental. Okay? Any questions on that? And the last point being the reason he's called Purusha is because he's acting in cooperation with material energy. How? Mahavishnu is glancing at material energy, right? That's the cooperation. Gavadaksha Vishnu is entering every universe and maintaining that universe. And Shudaksha Vishnu is maintaining as Paramatma all the all the atoms in the universe. Okay, also his Paramatma for all the living entities. That's why it's called Purusha. Okay, let's do 77. Vishnu stutrani rupani Purushakshayani yatho viduhu ekam tu mahataha sastra titiyam to annasansitam titiyam sarvabhutastham tani gyatva vimuchyate. Translation. Vishnu has three forms called Purusha. That's what we talked about. The first, Mahavishnu, is the creator of the total material energy, Mahal. Second is Grabhadasha Vishnu, situated within each universe. Third is Kshirodaksha Vishnu, who lives in the heart of every living being. He who knows these three becomes liberated from the clutches of Maya. Okay. Again, this is a quote from Laghud Bhagavatam. 78. Yadyapi kahiye tare Krishner kala kari matsya kurm adi avatare tiho avatari. Although Karmadaksha Vishnu is called Kala of Lord Krishna, is the source of Matsya, Kurma, and the incarnations. So again, here it's being generalized. Actually, it is Kshirodakasha Vishnu who appears in these Lila avatars. But because they're non-different, he's saying Karmadaksha Vishnu. Okay, that's the only reason. And then he's quoting from Bhagavatam chapter 3, text 28. Ete chans kalapun saha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Kam Vidyanti Yuge Yuge. All these incarnations of Godhead are either plenary portions or parts of the plenary portions of the Purusha avatars. But Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In every age, he protects the world through his different features. The world is disturbed by the enemies of him. So sometimes it comes as Ram, sometimes it comes as Krishna, sometimes it comes as Varaha, Nrsimha, so many different incarnations. Whenever there's need for protection of the people in the material world. Okay? And the word Kala is defined as expansion of the expansion. Still not different, but expansion of expansion is called Kala. 80. Say Purusha Srishti Sthiti Pralayar Karta Nana Avatar Kare Jagater Bhata. That Purush, Kadosha Vishnu, is performer of creation, maintenance, and destruction. He manifests himself in many incarnations, but he's the maintainer of the world. So once again, all of these are expansions of the expansions. So originally starting with Pratham Purush, Kadosha Vishnu, who's actually also an expansion of Mahasankarshan, who's an expansion of Sankarshan, who's an expansion of Balaram, who's an expansion of Krishna. So all expansions of expansion. Okay, 81. Shrishti Adi Nimitte Jai Anshere Avadhan Sahite Anshere Kari Avatar Nam. That fragment of the Supreme Lord known as the Mahapurush, appears for the purpose of creation, maintenance, and annihilation, is called an incarnation. So, what's the definition of incarnation? What's the difference between expansion and incarnation?
If I may, Prabhuji,
Sorry.
I heard in one of your previous lectures, you said that the incarnation appears in the material world.
Correct.
Expansion does not, may not have to, you said.
Yeah, so expansions can be incarnations. Incarnations are always expansions. Okay. Any expansion that appears in the material world is known as incarnation. Okay. 82. Adi avatar Mahapurush Bhagavan Sar avatar bir sarvashram dham. That Mahapurush is identical with the personality of Godhead, is the original incarnation, the seed of all others, and the shelter of everything. So basically, he's the first one to come down, but he's identical with personality of Godhead in that he is the plenary expansion. Okay, 83. Adya avatara purusha parasya kala svabhava sad asarmanascha dravyam vikaro gunendriyani virat surat sthasna charishna bhuma bhumnaha. Translation. The Purush, Mahavishnu, is the primary incarnation of the Supreme Personality of God. Time, nature, prakriti, cause and effect, the mind, the material elements, false ego, the modes of nature, the senses, the universal form, complete independence, the moving and non-moving beings appear subsequently as his opulences. So a number of things have been described who represent the opulence of the Lord. It's going to be explained in more detail in the purport. So who wants to read the purport? It's a long one.
I'll read, Prabhu.
Go ahead.
Oh my God. I lost. Oh. Describing the incarnation and their symptoms, the Laghu Bhagavatam Amrita has stated that when Lord Krishna descends to conduct the creative affairs of the material manifestation, he is an avatara or incarnation. The two categories of avatars are empowered devotees and Tat Ektama Rupa, the Lord himself. An example of Tat Ektama Rupa is Sesa, and example of a devotee is Vasudeva, the father of Lord Krishna. Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan has commented that the material cosmic manifestation is a partial kingdom of God, where God must sometimes come to execute a specific function. The plenary portion of the Lord, through whom Lord Krishna executes such actions, is called Mahavishnu, who is the primal beginning of all incarnations. Inexperienced observers presume that material energy provides both the cause and the elements of the cosmic manifestation, and that the living entities are the enjoyers of material nature, but the devotees of the Bhagavad school, which has scrutinizingly examined the entire situation, can understand the material nature, can independently be neither the supplier of the material elements nor the cause of material manifestation. Material nature gets the power to supply the material elements from the glands of the Supreme Purusha, Mahavishnu, and when empowered by him, she is called the cause of material manifestation. Both features of material nature, as the cause of material creation and as source of its elements, exist due to the glands of Supreme Personality of Godhead. The various expansions of the Supreme Lord, who act to empower the material energy, are known as plenary expansions or incarnations, as illustrated by the example of many flames lit from one flame. All these plenary expansions and incarnations are as good as Vishnu himself. Nevertheless, because of their activities in controlling Maya, sometimes they are known as Maika, or having a relationship with Maya. This is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 2.6.42. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. So once again, the definition of Avtara has been given, which was discussed before. And this it's talking about two types of Avtaras. One is the integrated expansions, which basically means Tad Ekatma Rupa. Tad means that, Ekat means same form, or same powers, I should say, and Rupa means form. So the integrated expansions are known as Tad Ekatma Rupa, and empowered incarnations are known as, anybody knows, Avesham. Right? So Lord Parashuram, for example, Vasudev's example is given. They are all empowered devotees or empowered incarnations. Srila Prabhupada is known as empowered incarnation. Okay. And the other point is being made is that everything is Krishna's kingdom, whether it's the material world or the spiritual world. It's not that only spiritual world is Krishna's kingdom. But the difference is that there is a cloud of Mahat Tattva covering the spiritual rays known as Brahma Jyoti. Under that cloud is the material world. That's 1/4 of the total region. 3/4 is the spiritual world. Okay. So that's the point being made here. And next point being made is that the material nature by itself cannot do anything, nor can it cause manifestations, nor can it supply the elements, material elements, until she's empowered by the glance of the Lord. Okay, so that's the. Okay, I think that was it. That's 84. Jagrahe Paurisham Rupam Bhagwan Mahat Adibhe Sambhuta Shodash Kalmado Lokasishakshaya. In the beginning of the creation, the Lord expanded himself in the form of the Purusha incarnation, accompanied by all the ingredients of material creation. First, he created the 16 principal energies suitable for creation. This was for the purpose of manifesting the material universe. So now it's going to define the 16 spiritual energies being mentioned in the translation, in the verse. The purport explains those 16 potencies. Somebody wants to read the purport?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Please go ahead, Prabhu.
Okay. This is the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.1. The commentary of Madhva on Srimad Bhagavatam mentions that the following 16 principal energies are present in the spiritual world. 1. Sri. 2. Bhu. 3. Lila. 4. Kanti. 5. Kirti. 6. Tushti. 7. Gir. 8. Pushti. 9. Satya. 10. Jnana. 11. Jaya Utkarshani. 12. Vimala. 13. Yoga Maya. 14. Prashvavi. 15. Ishna. And 16. Anugraha. In this commentary on the Lagu Bhagavatamrita, Sri Baldev Vidyabhushan has said that the above energies are also known by 9 names: Vimala, Utkarshani, Jnana, Kriya, Yoga, Prahavi, Satya, Ishna, and Anugraha. In the Bhagavad Sandarbha of Sri Jiva Goswami text 117, they are described as Sri, Pushti, Gir, Kanti, Kirti, Tushti, Lila, Jaya, Vidya, Maya, Samit, Sandini, Ladini, Bhakti, Murti, Vimala, Yoga, Prahavi, Ishna, Anugraha, etc. All these energies act in the different spheres of Lord's supremacy. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
So basically, don't worry about the names. But the point is that Krishna has the 16 spiritual energies that are all present in the spiritual world. And it is these energies that give him the qualities that he has and the activities that he does, pastimes that he does. It all comes from these particular 16 energies, spiritual energies. Okay, so just for example, Shri is the energy that gives him all the beauty, wealth, etc. Lila is Lila Shakti, the pastimes. Kanti is his beauty, you can say, because his aura. Kirti is his fame. Tushti is his ability to satisfy, and so on and so forth. Okay, so the point is that he has the 16 energies, which are basically the basic energies that allow him to do all the activities that he does. Okay, that's all you need to do. 85. यद्यपि सर्वाश्रयति हो तहाते संसार अंतरात्मा रूपति हो jagat आधार. Although the Lord is shelter of everything, and although all the universes rest in him, he as the super soul is also the support of it. So remember, as super soul is entering all the atoms and residing in the heart of all living entities. So thus he maintains everything. 86. Prakriti sahite tar ubhay sambandh thape prakriti sah nahi sparsh gandh. Although he is thus connected with the material energy in two ways, he does not have the slightest contact with it. Right? So the two ways are shelter of everything and everything and supporter of everything. Okay, shelter and support. So then I'm now saying, although this two ways is connecting the material energy, doesn't have slightest contact with it. So let's see the purport. Who wants to read the purport?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Please go ahead, Balavari.
In the Lagu Bhagavatmatra, Sri Rupa Goswami, commenting upon the Lord's transcendental position beyond the material qualities, says that Vishnu, as the controller and superintendent of material nature, has a connection with the material qualities. That connection is called yoga. However, the person who directs a prison is not also a prisoner. Similarly, although the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu directs or supervises the qualitative nature, he has no connection with the material modes of nature. The expansions of Lord Vishnu always retain their supremacy. They are never connected with the material qualities. One may argue that Mahavishnu cannot have any connection with the material qualities because if he were so connected, Srimad Bhagavatam would not state that material nature, ashamed of her thankless task of acting to induce the living entities to become averse to the Supreme Lord, remains behind the Lord in shyness. In answer to this argument, it may be said that the word guna means regulation. Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, and Lord Shiva are situated within this universe as the directors of the three modes, and their connection with the modes is known as yoga. This does not indicate, however, that these personalities are bound by the qualities of nature. Lord Vishnu specifically is always the controller of three qualities. There is no question of his coming under their control.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Prabhu, a wonderful explanation here, because sometimes we say, okay, Lord Brahma is in charge of mode of passion. Lord Shiva is in charge of mode of ignorance, and therefore they're controlled by it, or they're contaminated by it. And Prabhupada is answering the purport, no. And he's giving a wonderful example of a jailer. A jailer is connected with a prison, but that does not mean he's a prisoner. Yes, he's connected because he's controlling it. He's making the rules, he's enforcing the rules. So he's connected, but he's not a prisoner. Similarly, these qualitative expansions, they're in charge of it, they're connected with them, but they're not controlled by it. Like you would not say Lord Shiva is in mode of ignorance. You will not say Lord Brahma is in mode of passion. You will not say that. They're in charge. They're using it, yes, but they're not controlled. So Lord cannot be controlled, or the expansion of Lords cannot be controlled by any material qualities. Right? Okay. Somebody read the next paragraph, please.
I can read, Prabhuji.
Please go ahead. Oh, Rajan Babu, Hare Krishna.
Although the causal and element supplying features exist in material nature by dint of the glance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Lord is never affected by glancing over the material qualities. By the will of the Supreme Lord, the different qualitative changes in the material world take place. But there is no possibility of material affection, change, or contamination for Lord Vishnu.
Yeah, this is a very important paragraph. So first point, if you're walking on the street and you see a beautiful car on the other side of the parking lot, are you connected with it?
No.
But you're glancing at it?
Yeah.
Right? So glancing does not mean you're connected. Not physically. But you're connected because you're seeing it. Does that make sense? Connected because you're seeing it, but you're not connected because you don't touch it, you don't do anything with it. It's not yours, and on and on. There's no relationship. Okay, so that's one point. The second point is that when the Lord glances at something material, he's not attracted by it. His senses don't say, I want it. Right? On the other hand, what happens to us? You see a nice, beautiful Porsche on the other side of the parking lot, and you say, oh, I wish I had it. So you develop the desire to own it. Right? And that is the difference between the Lord and us. He does not develop the desire to own it. He's not attracted by it. He just glances it. Right? So that's the point being made. He's not affected by glancing over the material quality. He's not affected by it at all. Okay? But that affection is not there, even though everything is happening by his command. Is that part clear? But that's a major difference between us and the Lord.
Yes, Prabhuji. I have a very stupid question to ask.
Nobody
Not
needs stupid answers.
So, Prabhuji, Lord Krishna is the source of everything. Everything emanates from him, and that's where everything goes eventually. So, as it is explained here, even jivas, by at some point, he is the source of everything. So, basically, everything emanated from him. When Lord sort of expands, there will be some point where he will decide, for example, stone a human being, or let's Lord Vishnu. If the source is the same, there will be some point in the, I don't know how to put it, differentiation or division process that Lord will, at some point he will transfer, for example, when expansion takes place, Lord, the expansion has got all the properties, but eventually there'll be some point where they will go down. I don't know if I'm thinking correctly or not, and if I'm able to convey my question correctly.
I'm going to direct you to Ishopanishad, verse number 1. Okay. And what does it say? Om Poonam Idam Poonamadaya Poonam. Right? Om Poonam Idam Poonam Vadah Poonam Poonai Poonai what does it say? Right? So Lord is complete. What comes out of him is complete. And what's remained is also complete. So what used to say 1 plus equals 1, 1 plus 1 equals 1, 1 minus 1 equals
1.
1.
Yes, that is acceptable.
I'm sorry?
That is accepted.
Yeah, so that is the spiritual math, right? So same thing with Krishna. When he gets trillions and trillions of expansions, he still remains the same. That's why earlier the example is given of Brahma Samhita text 46. What does it say? Deepachi revi dashantaram anupetya deepayate vivathet samandham. Right? So it says that just like you light a lamp from another lamp or candle from another candle, all the candles that you light have same potency, same light. But the original is still the original. There's no change. So same thing with Krishna. When it expands, there's no change in it. So it's not like you take a brick and you break a little piece of it, but that brick doesn't have that little piece anymore. It's reduced in size. If you keep breaking it like that, one day the brick will disappear. But that's not what's happening with Krishna or his expansions. So similarly, when trillions and trillions of jivas are born, Mame Vaso Jiva Loke Jivabhuta Sanatana, there's no diminution in Krishna. It's not now his delta was less than before.
So yeah, that is understood, Prabhu. But when it comes to, for example, when Jiva came from Lord, that will be Jiva's quality is completely different.
Is what?
Jiva's quality is completely different.
No, not different. No.
Oh,
much less amount.
Okay.
Much less amount. So this example is given. You take a spoonful of ocean water. There's no difference in the quality of the water in the ocean or in the spoon, but the quantity is much less. So that's how we are.
Okay.
Prabhuji, can I ask a question related to this?
Yeah, just 1 second, Mataji. I want to make sure I answered this question. I'm feeling I may not have answered this question. Rajan Prabhu?
No, I'm good, Prabhu.
You good? Okay. All right.
Prabhu, what was the question? What was the question?
The question was, when all these living entities and other expressions come out of Krishna, so one day Krishna will reduce to nothing. It's all coming out of it.
Oh,
Sorry,
No.
no problem. No, that was not the question.
Okay, then what was the question?
So the question was like everything came from Krishna. So when Krishna divides, the qualities are same. But at some point, the qualities will start to reduce or not transfer. For example, if Jiva came from Krishna, and if stone or material also came from Krishna, they don't have same potency. But so there might be some point during the differentiation or division that Lord will not transfer, but he will expand but not transfer all his qualities. So that was the question.
Okay, well, okay, the answer is still the same. All the qualities are transferred into the living entity, but the quantity is very small. So
he said in the stone. He said, Prabhu, in the stone. So stone is not living entity, right?
Correct. And it's not a direct expansion of Krishna either. Stone is material.
Yeah.
That's
Stone
not
is material.
expansion of Krishna only in the sense of material energy expansion. Material energy produces the element called stone.
From
Okay?
earth.
I'm sorry?
From earth, right?
Well, it could be anything. Who knows? There are different types of stones. So we know about the word from stone, earth, but there may be other types of stone. Who knows? Like, for example, there's stones in the spiritual world. They're not from earth.
Yeah, Prabhuji, in Bhagavad Gita it says that, right? Inferior energy and marginal energy, superior energy. So
Yeah.
there again differentiation exists. As
Yes.
Prabhuji's question is that inferior energy is Krishna is still coming from Krishna, but as we are looking at qualities, maybe different qualities. That material qualities are different. Marginal, we are different qualities. Lord, internal energy, different qualities. So
Not different qualities, bro. Living entities have same qualities.
Same quality.
Different amount.
Different amount. So again, that question comes, Prabhuji's question is that stone, if you are looking at the different quantity, that means humans has got all jivas has got a reduced quality, we don't say same quantity.
Let's not get mixed up. Stone is not an expansion of Krishna. Stone is something material, right? That comes as one of the elements of the material energy. So let's not confuse stone and living entity. Stone is a dead matter. Living entity is not. Stone is not an expression of Krishna. In the sense of living entity, Krishna does not say, Mame Vaso stone loko. He says Jeev loke, right? Okay, so I'm going to answer Shalini Mata's question first because she asked first. So the Gayatri will come back to you.
Yeah, so my question was, you said that Krishna, when he expands, he remains complete. He doesn't reduce.
Correct.
So jivas also, when they reproduce, basically the young ones that come out, the jiva still remains complete. They don't reduce. And the baby that's born to any jiva for that matter is also complete. Is that because we have the same qualities as Krishna?
No. We are not producing the living entity in the baby. We're producing the body of the baby.
Yep.
So as a father or as a mother, we're not producing another living entity. Living entity comes in to the body. So we are the father of the body, not the father of the soul.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Right?
Got it. Yeah.
So therefore, there's no real relationship. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Sure. Okay, Gayatri, thank you for your patience.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
I was just wondering, so yes, we are the same quality, but in decreased quantity. But you always read about, Krishna is complete with so many different qualities. They talk about like all the different expansions and avatars, and they mention Sri Ram has this many, this avatar has this many. But Krishna is complete. We don't have all of those qualities. We just have we're just such as Anand, right? We have those two qualities. Is that wrong for me to think this way?
So, no, you're not wrong. So our qualities are Sachitanand, which is Krishna's qualities also. But also we know that Krishna has 64 qualities, that's what we call complete. But we have 50 of those in some minute amount. Others we have 0. Okay, then you have Lord Shiva who has 55, Narayana has 60, and Krishna has 64. Okay, but when we talk about same, qualitatively same, we talk about Sachitanand.
So there is some degree of reduction, I guess. That's what Prabhuji was talking about, right?
No, but not in Sachitanand.
So, not in Sachidanand, but I guess in total
others,
number of
in the
qualities.
quantity, there's difference, not quality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. Anybody else? Okay.
Yeah, Prabhuji, just again on that, this comes again with Satchit Anand, and we say the Lord has got the same quality as He is also Satchit Anand. We are also Satchit Anand. Our Anand, is it the same as Lord's Anand? Lord,
say what?
it can enjoy it much a different way.
Sorry,
Sat is an eternity. Go ahead.
Start again. Sorry, I didn't understand. Start again your question.
Okay, so the question is, Prabhuji, Satchit Anand is a connecting link. We say that our qualities are same as Lord's quality because Lord is also Satchit Anand. We are also Satchit Anand.
Right.
Does it also, does it mean that Anand, that means our Anand that we'll experience with the Lord and Lord Anand, is it the same?
Anand?
That's one part.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Bliss. I'm talking in terms of bliss.
Yeah.
Lord can experience much different bliss than us. That I'm just maybe wrong. Satchit Anand. Again, Sat is called eternity. Chit is a knowledge. Our knowledge and Lord's knowledge is also different. Much different. Lord's understanding
Quantity.
Again, okay.
Yes. Bliss, same thing, quantity. We cannot feel the bliss that he feels. We can even feel the bliss that when we go to heavenly planets and we get a body, the bliss we feel there is million times more than bliss we can feel in the material world, on Earth. So there's many gradations of these things. But again, they're quantitative differences, not qualitative differences.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay, thank you.
It says Anandamaya Abhyasa. We all have the qualification to feel the bliss, but the quantity is different. Like a pure devotee who feels the bliss of association with Krishna, something we can't even imagine. It says that even if you get liberation and you merge the Brahman effulgence, the bliss is not the same. It's a much lower level. So there are different gradations. The karmis are at the lowest level. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. Then 87. Etadishanam ishasya prakristho apitat gunai na yuchite sadatma sthair yatha buddhistad ashraya. Translation. This is the opulence of the Lord, although situated within the material nature, is never affected by the modes of nature. Similarly, those who have surrendered to Him and have fixed their intelligence upon Him are not influenced by the modes of nature. So not only the Lord is not influenced, but His pure devotees are not influenced either. And we know from chapter 14, text 26, Bhagavad Gita, it says, Mam chayo avyavicharan bhakti yogani sevate, sevya, sagunan samtit etan, brahma bhuyaya kalpat. A pure devotee is able to rise above the three modes of material nature and get on the Brahma Bhuta platform where these modes of material nature do not affect. So Lord and Lord's pure devotees, they're all above modes of material nature. And that's why we were talking about earlier that Lord Vishnu, for example, is never affected by any of the modes of material nature. Even mode of goodness is not in mode of goodness. Everybody knows that, right? Lord Vishnu is not in mode of goodness. In what mode is he in?
Pure goodness, Prabhuji.
Huh?
Pure goodness.
Pure goodness, exactly. Which is not a material goodness. Okay. All right. Text 88. Aimat Gita te puna puna koe sarvada ishwara tattva achitya shakti hoy. Thus the Bhagavad Gita also states again and again that the absolute truth always possesses inconceivable power. That's one of the 64 qualities of Krishna, that he has inconceivable power. We can't even imagine, can't even conceive how much power he has. As a 6-day-old baby, he can suck the life out of Putana. As a 3-month-old baby, he can kick the cart and kill Shakatasur, and so on and so. So his potencies are, imagine, as somebody said, growing a banyan tree out of a small seed. Only Krishna can do that. Nobody else can do that. So those powers are inconceivable. Construction of the planetary systems, the spiritual world, material world, only Krishna can do. How all the planets are revolving in their orbit with nobody touching them. So only Krishna can do all. Inconceivable power. 89. I'm sorry.
One question.
Uh-huh.
We are talking about like Lord is situated in material nature. So which form of Lord we are talking? Is it Paramatma or incarnations?
No. When he comes as incarnation, he's in the material world, but he's not affected by this.
Okay.
Right? As Paramatma also is not affected.
Yeah.
Right? What does it say? Anumanta, what's this? Updrashta Anumanta cha Bharta Bhakta Maheshwara. As a super soul, he's witnessing and sanctioning, but he's not affected. 2 birds on the tree, one is eating, that's us. Are they simply observing? So he's not affected.
So here it could be both, like any.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. 89. Ami tu jagate basi jagat amate, na ami jagate basi na ama jagate. Lord Krishna said, I am situated in the material world, and the world rests in me. But at the same time, I'm not situated in the material world, nor does it rest in me. Does it remind you of very particular verse from Bhagavad Gita? Okay, Google 9.4. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagatat avyaktamurtina matasthani sarvbhutani nachaham teshu avasthita. Everything rests in me, but I'm not in them. Right? Okay, let's do purport. Who wants to read the purport?
I can read it, Prabhuji.
Please go ahead.
Nothing in existence is possible unless energized by the will of the Lord. The entire manifested creation is therefore resting on the energy of the Lord. But one should not therefore presume that the material manifestation is identical with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A cloud may rest in the sky, but that does not mean that the sky and the cloud are one and the same. Similarly, the qualitative material nature and its product are never identical with the Supreme Lord. The tendency to lord it over material nature or Maya cannot be feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When he descends to the material world, he maintains his transcendental nature, unaffected by the material qualities. In both the spiritual and material worlds, he is always controller of all energies. The uncontaminated spiritual nature always exists within him. The Lord appears and disappears in the material world in different features of his pastime, yet he is the origin of all cosmic manifestation. The material manifestation cannot.
Hold on. Let's finish this first. So, remember the prayer that Devaki made when Krishna appeared? She said, I don't understand how somebody who's got all the universes in him can reside in my womb. Like even I'm in your womb, but how can you be in my womb? All the universes are in your womb. Everything is. And you're in my womb, how is that possible? So same thing. You know, the Krishna appears in the material world for a particular purpose, and he disappears, manifest or unmanifest, but nothing to do with the material. Maya Dakshan Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. Under my control, under my superintendence, the whole material world is working. So all that is happening is the controller always. It comes to the material world, does not become controlled by the material nature. It's still the controller of the material nature. It's we who, because of our identification with the material nature in terms of body, have come under the control of material nature. But he's above. Okay, and therefore, what was the thing? Yeah, therefore, they're always uncontaminated. His nature does not change from spiritual to nature of material. That change does not happen. Okay. All right. Next paragraph, please.
The material manifestation cannot exist separate from the Supreme Lord. Yet, Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in spite of his connection with the material nature, cannot be subordinate to nature's influence. His origin form of eternal bliss and knowledge is never subordinate to the three qualities of material nature. This is a specific feature of the Supreme Lord's inconceivable potencies.
Yeah. So once again, the material manifestation is resting upon the Lord, therefore can never be independent of or separate from the Supreme Lord. Is that point clear? Material energy is Krishna's energy. Energy and energetic cannot separate. The manifestation of the material energy is also cannot exist separate from Krishna. One time, one Mataji came to me in the temple and she was very, very upset because despite her very hard work and service of Krishna, she was totally dedicated, totally committed. She worked long hours serving Krishna, a very good devotee, but she was having very hard time in life, material life. Everything was going wrong. So she came to me crying and saying, Krishna, Prabhuji, I'm done. I want to go away from Krishna. He's not doing anything for me. I'm doing so much for him. And I said, Mataji, you know, if you find that place which is away from Krishna, let me know. I'll join you. You know, suddenly she understood and she smiled and said, I understand. So there's no such place. Everything is under the jurisdiction of Krishna. You know, and it cannot exist separate from it. But at the same time, despite that connection, Krishna is never subordinate to material nature. We become subordinate. We become controlled by Maya. Krishna is never controlled by. He's known as Mayatit. He's always above the influence of Maya. Okay. Therefore, it never develops those three material qualities of goodness, passion, and things. He's always in Shuddha Tattva, Vishuddha Tattva, which is pure goodness. Okay, text 90. Achinte Aishwarya ei jani hai amar, ei te gitar artha kaile parachar. Oh Arjun, you should know this as my inconceivable potential. Sorry. This is the meaning propagated by the Lord Krishna, in the Bhagavad Gita. So this is in the 10th chapter, I think, text 42. Yad yad vibhut vatsatvam tat shrimad urjita tata eva avagachtam mam tejo sambhava. That whatever opulence you see in the material world, know that to be but a spark of my splendor. So there's nothing that you see, again, is independent of Krishna. Everything is a representation of the opulence of text 91. Say to Purush jar Anshitare Naam Chaitanya Sangha Say Nityananda Naam. That Mahapurush Karudasha Vishnu is known as a plenary portion, part of him, who is Lord Nityananda Balram, favorite associate of Lord Chaitanya. So now coming back, Lord Nityananda is Balram. Balram expands into Narayan, expands to Sankarshan, expands into second Narayan, Mahasankarshan, Mahasankarshan, Vishnu, and so on. But they're all originating from Lord Nityananda. Okay, that's the whole point of this whole thing. Lord Nityananda is Balram, everything else is expansion. And Lord Balram is very close associate of Krishna, and Lord Nityananda is very close associate of Lord Chaitanya. That Lila continues. 92. Ehite Navam Shloker Artha Vivaran Sham Shloker Artha Shunadiyaman. I've just explained the 9th verse. Now I shall explain the 10th. Please listen with rapt attention. So, do you know what rapt attention means, by the way? What does rapt attention mean?
Attention with enthusiasm.
Say again?
Attention with enthusiasm, like in anticipation.
Okay, enthusiasm, yes, more than that.
With complete focus, all
Complete
the senses.
focus. Yes, complete focus, complete absorption. And the reason I asked that, I wanted to give an example. When Parikshit Maharaj was listening to Shukadeva Goswami describe the Putana pastime. Now, Krishna had already disappeared, right? He went back, left his pastimes. And many years had passed since then. But Putana's pastime is when Krishna is 6 days old. But Parikshit was listening with so much rapt attention, so much absorbed, he forgot that he knows the result of Putana episode. And he got nervous, started shaking. And he asked, so what happened after that? So what happened after that? Did everything okay? Did everything go okay? That's absorption. That's rapt attention. Now, how many of us are able to do that? We are into mental multitasking all the time. And that's the word mindfulness just doesn't work on us. When we are working, we're planning our vacation. We are on vacation, we're thinking about work. Right? When we are not married, we're thinking about how would it be to be married. When we get married, we say, oh God, why did we get married? Or something like that. Right? So it's not there. Rapt attention is not there. So we have to try very hard to have that rapt attention. So anyways, I'm saying that please listen with rapt attention. I'm not saying that book is saying. Okay, 93. Yasan Shashila Garbodashayi Nabi Abjam Lok Sanghat Nalam Lok Shashtu Sutika Dham Dhatus Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadde. Offer my full obeisances unto the feet of Shri Nityananda Ram, a partial part of whom is Garbhodakshai Vishnu. From the navel of Garbhodakshai Vishnu sprouts the lotus that is the birthplace of Brahma, the engineer of the universe. The stem of that lotus is the resting place for the multitude of planets. So now it's going back to Lord Balram's expansion is Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Now, what does Garbhodakshaya Vishnu do? He sprouts a lotus flower from his navel. Right? And that stem of the lotus flower represents what? What does that stem represent?
All the planets?
Yeah, the 14 planetary systems.
Yeah.
On top of that is the lotus
The
flower on which Brahma is sitting.
Yeah.
That's what's been described here. So purport. Somebody read the purport, please.
I can read Prabhu.
Go ahead.
In the Mahabharata Shanti Parva, it is said that he who is Pradyumna is also Aniruddha. He is also the father of Brahma. Thus, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and Kishoradakshaya Vishnu are identical planetary expansions of Pradyumna, the original deity of Brahma, who is born from the lotus flower. It is Pradyumna who gives Brahma direction for cosmic management. A full description of Brahma's birth is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam 3:8, 15 to 16.
Thank you.
Describing,
Yeah, just hold on. So, once again, the point being made is that everybody's identical. They're non-different. So whether you say Sankarshan or Pradyumna or Aniruddha, they're all non-different. And that can be a little confusing, but that's basically saying they're identical in the re-expansions. Okay. And they're saying Pradyumna is giving some directions to Brahma for how to manage this whole material world. Okay, sorry, somebody was asking a question.
Guruji, I just, in talking to the kids, they get a bit confused. When you're telling, like Krishna had all these wives, and then I was like, they're all just expansions of Srimati Radharani. Wherever it's Krishna, whoever's with him, in a that kind of loving relationship, they're all expansion of Sri Radharani. But they have a really hard time understanding that. How do you simplify it when you're talking to?
Yeah, talking to the kids, give them the example of a television. Sometimes you go to a store and you see these 16, 20 sets at the same place on the wall. One picture is appearing on all of them. Tell them it's like an expansion. For the kids, I think that should be sufficient. Because it's very difficult, even for adults to understand how does it work. It's very difficult to understand.
Yes, yes.
Kids will not understand, but just give them that example.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Prabhuji, would it be fair to say that expansion is like a clone?
Well, in the clone, you have different soul. Right? The clone is only the body is cloned. And it goes through the whole process. Right? Because like you don't clone your identical twin sitting beside you momentarily. It doesn't work. Okay. Cloning basically means they take cell from your body, they develop the cell. That's not how expansion works. Okay, expansion is literally somebody living like you appears. Or somebody else appears. Like Radharani just simply appeared. Balaram just appeared. There's no process to take the cell, put a test tube and try to develop it.
Got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay. Next paragraph, please.
And describing the features of the three Purushas, the Laghu Charitamrita says that Garbhodakshaya Vishnu has a four-handed form, and when he himself enters the hollow of the universe and lies down in the ocean of milk, he is known as Kishoradakshaya Vishnu, who is the supersoul of all living entities, including the demigods. In the Sattvat Tantra, it is said that the third Purusha incarnation, Kishoradakshaya Vishnu, is situated as the supersoul in everyone's heart. He is an expansion of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu for pastime.
Right. So once again, this same thing has been repeated so many times in so many different ways. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu expands to Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, who expands to Kishoradakshaya Vishnu. Kishoradakshaya Vishnu expands into different incarnations that we know. Also expands into Paramatma, permeates all the atoms in the universe, and resides in the heart of every living. Same thing is being repeated again in different ways. But as long as we can remember that much, you're okay. All right.
Prabhu, can I just share something? This concept of Paramatma, it's so unique to us, I think. Us in the sense that the Vedic tradition, Sanatana Dharma, and to just understand how the Lord knows everything inside every single body, what the person's intention is, what sankalpas or what vows they're taking internally, what good and bad they're doing, is because he's inside, sitting right beside the soul. When you talk to people of other religions, like they don't have this concept.
Well, they don't have any concepts.
They don't have a lot of concepts. You're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so incomplete.
It's just such a shame. Like you would answer so many questions.
Yeah.
If you just understand simple things like this, right?
That's exactly right. Ours is so vast, so complete. Why? Because it's coming straight from Krishna.
Yeah.
When man writes it, problems are going to be there, including incompleteness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are very, very fortunate.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Any questions?
I have a side question, kind of not related, so I'll ask it at the end, not now.
Okay, sure. Okay, 94. Say the Purush Ananta Brahmana Srajiya Sab Ande Praveshila Bahumurtaya. After creating millions of universes, the first Purusha entered into each of them in a separate form as Shri Gavdashamsh. So the other side Vishnu is getting every universe, the bottom of every universe. 95. Bhitare Praveshish Dekhe Sab Andhakar Rahite Nahik Sthan Karile Vichar. Entering the universe, he found only darkness, with no place in which to reside. Then thus he began to consider. 96. Nijang Sver Jala Karilisla Jan Sahi Jale Kail Ardha Brahmand Bharan. Then he created water from the perspiration of his own body. And with that water filled half the universe. So imagine the inconceivable potency. He's sweating so much, he creates an ocean, fills half the universe. So that's an example of inconceivable power. 97. Brahmana Pramana Panchashat Koti Yojan Ayam Vistar Dui Ekasam. The universe measures 500 million yojanas. You know what yojan is?
Miles, it says length of 8 miles in the synonyms.
Say again?
Is yojana lengths of 8 miles in the synonyms?
8 miles. So yojan is 8 miles. So 500 yojan means 4,000 million miles. That's 4 billion miles. That's the size and length and breadth are same. So 4 billion miles wide and 4 billion miles high and 4 billion miles length. Well, that is this height. No, sorry. Length, width, and height. So it's a cube, like an anda. So that's the dimensions. For those of you who are more into mathematics, that's like 64 times 10 to the power 18. That's how big this one universe is. And ours is the smallest. Ours is the smallest universe. So you can imagine what others are. Like our Brahma has 4 heads. Imagine the size of the universe of the Brahma is 1 million heads.
Many.
Million heads.
Yeah.
So you can imagine. Yes, Gayatri?
I just thought, so are Krishna Leelas going on all the universes?
I'm sorry, say again?
Are the Krishna Leelas and like the Gita being spoken and all of this is going on every single universe?
not only every single universe, it's a Nitya Lila in that as soon as one Lila finishes here, it starts happening somewhere else. If it's there, it starts happening somewhere else. So it's a Nitya Lila. Yeah, all the universes are having this Lila somewhere. As we speak, Krishna Lila is going on somewhere, some universe.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, inconceivable power. And at the same time, sitting in the Golok Vrindavan Dham. So totally inconceivable.
Can I ask a question related to this?
Sure.
So if there are other universes where the Leelas are happening, not other universes have living human forms.
We don't know
if
that.
Krish-
We
Sorry?
don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know what form exists there. Maybe not. Maybe yes. Maybe no. I don't know. But whatever form there is, Krishna can take that form.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to ask. So Krishna would take the form of the living beings of that universe.
But my sense is that in every universe you have human forms. We're not limited to just this universe. Maybe slightly different features, but we have it. Okay. It's like for example, sometimes Lord Ram appears in blue color, sometimes in green color, sometimes in red color. So, and some pastimes are different. For example, not every time Hiranyakashipu is Jaya, Vijay. Shishupal is not every time Vijay. That happened just once. Now other demons are coming. So those kind of differences are there. You know, maybe in one time Putana is not killed, somebody else is killed. So those minor differences can be there. But generally speaking, it's the same pastimes.
I think features too, right, Prabhu? Because there's such beautiful descriptions of what Krishna looks like. You know, in terms of like his hand, his hair, his eyes. So
that's here.
Yeah, so even that description can change.
Yeah, we don't know. Like nobody talks about that.
Yes.
So it's speculative. So I don't know. I don't have any knowledge from the scriptures. But speculation is that he's there. There may be some minor differences. We don't know. Okay. Okay, 98. Jale bhari arthataha kail vas or ardhe kail chaudhe bhuvane prakash. After filling half the universe with water, he made his own residence therein and manifested the 14 worlds in the other. So now the stem has come out of notice never. That's the 14 planetary systems. Somebody read the purport, please.
I can read, Prabhuji.
Please go ahead.
The 14 worlds are enumerated in Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, 5th chapter. The upper planetary systems are 1 Bhu, 2 Bhuvar, 3 Swar, 4 Mahar, 5 Janas, 6 Tapas, and 7 Satya. The 7 lower planetary systems are 1 Tala, 2 Atala, 3 Vitala, 4 Ditala, 5 Talatala, 6 Mahatala, and 7 Sutala. The lower planets as a whole are called Patala. Among the upper planetary systems, Bhu, Bhuvar, and Swar constitute Swargloka, and the rest are called Martya. The entire universe is thus known as Triloka. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah, so again, now it's talking about the construction of the floating planetary systems. Named these. By the way, some of the names change depending upon where you read it. So, for example, Nital, you may not find that every time. Similarly, you might find some Nital, you might have Patal. He's saying everything's combined, it's called Patal. So there's some minor differences in terms of nomenclature, but there's 7 upper and 7 lower planetary systems. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to do one more and stop because my throat is really bothering me now. 99. Tahai Prakatakail Vakutinich Dham Shesha Shayana Jale Karili Vishram. There he manifested Vakuntha as his own abode, rested in the waters of the bed of Lord Shesha. So he Kavadasai Vishnu manifests wherever he is, that's Vakuntha Loka. That Vakuntha Loka is also in the material world. Later on, we'll talk about how Chidasai Vishnu is like on the milk ocean. That is also in the material world. So this Vaikuntha Loka also in the material world. Okay, we'll discuss that in more detail. But I just want to mention that inconceivable potency of Krishna allows him to have spiritual world within the material world also. That's a portion of it. That's where Brahma goes to pray whenever there's trouble in the system and he needs assistance. He goes to the shore of the Milk Ocean, offers his prayers. Okay. Any questions? We can stop. And Shalini Mother, you can ask your question now.
Okay. So Krishna consciousness is basically spiritual. It's not a religion.
Say again?
Krishna consciousness is basically a spiritual thing, not a religion per se, right?
Correct.
So if that's the case, then how come all the characters in whatever is, pastimes of Krishna are only limited to, India only? How come Vyasadeva, when he could foresee things, how come there was no mention of Jesus, who is also considered son of God, or even Muhammad for that matter, Prophet Muhammad? Why is it so restricted only to India and primarily Hinduism?
So, okay. So first of all, how old is Islam religion?
Prabhuji, I thought about that. These religions came after, but Vyasadeva was able to look in the future, right? He
No,
could
hold on,
predict
hold on.
Kali Yuga.
Let's go slowly. Let's go slowly. How old is Islam?
It's like 1,000 or so years old.
1600.
Yeah.
How old is Christianity?
2000.
Yeah, just about 2000, right? How old is Judaism?
That I don't know.
Or 3000, right? What was there before that? None of these religions existed. What was there before that?
I don't know.
Sanatan.
Okay,
So
yeah.
our original religion is Sanatan Dharma.
Yeah.
So that's one point. Second point is the word dharma is incorrectly translated as religion. Dharma doesn't mean that. Anybody knows what dharma means?
Roji, dharma means our constitutional property.
Quality, property, nature, intrinsic nature. So like example is the dharma of water is to
know Krishna.
Sorry?
To know Krishna, Prabhuji.
No, dharma of water.
The dharma of water is to
The thirsty person,
To
Sorry.
flow.
One person at a time, please.
thirsty, who wants water.
No.
Water will satisfy him.
What's the dharma of water?
To flow.
To flow, that's one. What's the second one? To be wet.
To wet.
yeah,
You cannot change that. What's the dharma of fire?
to produce heat and to light.
Correct. You cannot change that, no matter what. So a dharma is a nature that cannot be changed.
Okay.
What is our dharma?
To serve.
To serve
Krishna.
To serve Krishna. But that becomes a dharma, so then we start serving in the ignorance, we start serving everybody else. But our nature, our dharma is to serve. Sanatan dharma means whatever nature has been there since eternity, we will follow in that. So there's no beginning of Sanatan dharma, there's no end of Sanatan. Okay, are you with me so far? All the other philosophies and religions and sub-religions came about because of somebody didn't like something, they wanted some power or whatever other reasons they had, they started something in between and they call it another religion. So our original religion is Sanatan, because that's our nature. Religion basically means rituals. And so rituals become part of religion, and then rituals become the religion, and then the processes inside the religion causes conflicts, and that's what we're seeing today. So that's one part of the answer. Second part is why in India only? Well, same thing. If you look at the map of the earth, 5,000 years ago. Only place where the weather was right, where there were lakes, there were trees, there were forests, was what is now called India. But in the old days, India was the whole earth. Yudhishthira Maharaj 5,000 years ago was the emperor of India, but that was emperor of the whole earth. India meant the whole earth. Slowly, the movement of the portions of the earth and the divisions because of conflicts. Now India is what we know India. Even India we know today is not India of 1946. Right? So all these things happen. So the reason why all the people who wanted to meditate, they wanted a peaceful place, but they wanted some, warmth, and they wanted water, they want oxygen nicely, they went to wherever that's available. And that happens in India. There was nothing in America 500 years ago. Only about 5,000. There was only snow and ice in Europe. But people did get sent there. So, for example, Russia, is actually Rishya, the land of the rishis. So many rishis moved there. As a matter of fact, if you go to Latvia, which used to be part of USSR, you'll hear names like Lakshmi, Chandrika, Chandra, so many Indian names, right? Because they were there.
Which
Kaikeyi,
place,
where did Kaikeyi come from?
which place was this, Proji, where you said Lakshmi, Chandrika?
Latvia. Latvia.
Latvia?
Latvia.
Oh, Latvia.
Yeah, it used to be part of USSR, now it's independent.
Okay.
I read this, Prabhuji, in the magazine also. Back to Godhead magazine, I read about this thing too.
Okay, yeah. So I'm not lying. You're proving it. Okay.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, where did Kaikeyi come from? Kaikeyi came from Kakadesh. Kaka is the sound made by the peacocks. So the land of the peacocks, and that is today known as Afghanistan. That's where she came. And that is why in Afghanistan you had this big statue of Buddha, which they destroyed not too long ago. Right? Some people migrated all the way to South America. They have Mayan civilization. A lot of the rituals are the same, but they all came from India. But because of the weather conditions and the geographical location of, forests, trees, produces, lakes, rivers, people stayed there. That's why. There's no other reason. So don't think somebody made it up because it's Indian philosophy, so in India only. No, it's not that. It's Sanatan Dharma. Shalini Mataji, does that satisfy you a little bit?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you. I will do a little bit of more research on this. Like, there was this Egyptian civilization, Mesopotamian civilization. So I'm just curious to see what were the timelines of those civilizations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When did Lord Ram appear? How many years ago?
It was Treta Yuga, but I don't know how many years
So
ago.
approximately 2 million years ago.
Okay.
When did Lord Nityanand appear? Approximately 4 million years ago. Right? Because Satyuga is 1.7 million years long. That passed. Then Treta Yuga is 1.2 million years long. That passed. So 3 million is right there.
Yes.
Dwapar is 800,000 years old. 864,000 years. That's gone. Almost 4 million years right now.
So, Prabhuji, if I may ask, just the continuation of the same question that Shalini Mataji asked. So even 8 million years ago, Lord Ram came on the earth, and it was Ayodhya, which we see, which is in the present day.
Not 8 million. So he came 2 million.
2 million?
2 million years, yeah.
Yeah. So if he came 2 million years ago, he was here in Ayodhya, which is the present day India. When Narsingadev came, he, even at that point of time, it was the same part of India. Like,
No. So, okay. So, because you say specifically Nrsingadev, let me explain also. In Satyug, this is very interesting. I don't know if we're totally off the topic, but we'll continue. In Satyug, the demons and the humans resided on different planets. And I'll come back to that point. In Treta Yuga, they started to reside in the same planets. For example, Ravan in Sri Lanka, Ravan in Ayodhya, they're the same planet. In Dwapar Yuga, they came in the same family, demons and the humans. So Krishna's family, the Shishupal, Dantavakra, all of the demons. Shishupal was a cousin of Krishna. Family. In Kali Yuga, it's in the same person.
Same body.
Same body. Okay. So in Satyuga, the planet that Hiranyakashipu lived in was not Earth planet. Hiranyaksha was not on Earth planet. Because otherwise, how could have Hiranyaksha thrown the Earth in the ocean, Garbha ocean, and survived? He would have to do that too. But it was a different planet. Right? The story of Gajendra we hear is on different planets, not on Earth.
But we have, those temples in India where Nrsingadev came and he washed his hands, like in Mayapur, and the place where he appeared, Nrsingadev.
Yeah, so there's some confusion about that. How is that possible? Srila Prabhupada said, we're not convinced that that's the real place. Because otherwise contradicts what Srimad Bhagavatam is saying. So while he may have come down to Earth planet to wash his hands, but the palace where Hiranyakashipu lived was not on planet Earth, not a Homilam. That happened somewhere else. Okay, these are Prabhupada's words. Okay, Prabhu, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Any other questions or comments?
But Lord Ram and Lord Krishna came at the same, like Vrindavan is the same as we see now. And
Well,
Ayodhya is
only
the same.
5,000 years ago, right? So yeah, it is same.
Yeah. And Ayodhya is the same as we see now.
Well, Ayodhya only the earth, not the palaces. I mean, they are made later on. They're none of the palaces you see there, buildings you see there, are 2 million years old.
Oh, yeah, that is understood.
Yeah.
But the same tract of land.
Yes, same land.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for explaining this. Thank you.
Sure, no problem.
These questions have been bothering me for some time, so I'm going to ask them one in each session.
Sure, no problem. Thank you for that wonderful question. Okay, thank you, everyone. So we'll say one swan chakal, the basic capacity. Thank you all.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you
Hare
very
Krishna.
much for vast
Prabhuji.
information.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thanks, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.